The Joe Rogan Experience.
That could be a thing. Like, you know, like they used to have duels. So if a duel was like two guys would agree, like, you annoy me so much, I'm going to get a gun and we're going to back to back. We're going to walk 10 feet and shoot at each other. Fuck you. Like, you're ready to die. Maybe you'll shoot me, but I'm going to fucking at least be able to shoot you like a man. And we're going to go and do this. They agreed to do that.
Yeah,
I guarantee.
like 100 years ago, I think. Not even that long ago.
Not that long ago.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't at least one of our presidents involved in something like that?
I think so, but if I can't remember who or any deals behind it.
One of our presidents was in a duel, right, while he was president. Do you remember who it was?
Who killed Alexander Hamilton?
Really?
That was like the whole thing. But was he even president? Hold on.
So,
Wait.
no, Alexander Hamilton died in a duel?
That's
Hamilton
like the whole,
wasn't president, remember?
That's
We
the
talked
old,
about
like,
him the other day.
drink milk commercial. It's like Aaron Burr. I can't say Aaron Burr.
Huh?
It was an old milk commercial from the 90s. There was a guy radio call. Who, like, if you answer this question, you win $1 million.
Right.
Who killed Alexander Hamilton? They call like the Alexander Hamilton guy. He's got all this shit in his apartment.
Oh.
And his mouth is full of a peanut butter jelly sandwich. You can't say Aaron Burr.
Oh,
You
that's
remember that?
right.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that commercial.
But as I'm saying it out loud, I feel like he wasn't president.
No, he wasn't. We talked about it the other day. Remember someone brought up
Right,
that, who
right.
was it that brought that up? That he had gotten
I think it was
blackmailed.
Andrew Jackson, maybe? Did he kill a
But he
bunch
got, but Hamilton
shot, I
got
think.
blackmailed because he was banging this lady and her husband set him up. Remember?
Right, yeah, because that's the play.
Who talked to us about that? It was real recently. It was one of the recent guests. Who the fuck was
Bill
it?
Maher?
Was it?
Probably.
Might have been. Sounded like something he would talk about.
How many of these? You do what? 2 or 3 podcasts a week?
Sometimes 4.
Damn.
Sometimes 5 on a crazy week. Yeah.
Dang, you busy. And how much do you do in comedy?
This week 4 nights a week.
Yeah. By the way,
Yeah.
your show killed it when I was out there
Oh,
last
thanks,
time.
brother.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and all your openers, you had great guys too.
President Andrew Jackson, thank you. May 30th, 1806, future President Andrew Jackson kills a man who accused him of cheating on a horse race bet and then insulted his wife, Rachel. Wow.
I think he had a lot of duels.
Dang.
Oh, he had a lot of duels.
Yeah, a few duels, no big deal.
More than 100.
What?
Can you imagine Biden or Trump doing a duel?
See, that's
What?
Not every duel ended in. I remember looking this up. Not every duel ended in someone dying.
Click on that. Of course not.
100?
They had
Yeah,
terrible
that's-
guns. Their
yeah.
guns were terrible. You could probably.
100 duel. That's just insane.
That's insane. He was a savage.
I think he even had one where he got shot and survived the shooting to end up shooting that guy back.
Whoa.
and look at our presidents now.
Yeah,
We had guys like that and Teddy Roosevelt.
And now, did you see the video today of Biden? He starts talking about Afghanistan and Pakistan, and an Easter bunny comes and takes him away.
I'm looking that up after the show.
I'll show it to you
It's
during
just,
the show.
it's just the funny part of people that can't admit something's wrong with them.
Look at this. But hold on. Go right there. But Jackson didn't settle his score in 140 characters or less. He challenged his foes to duels of more than 100 of them. One opponent even died, so he only killed one guy. But that was the guy who insulted his wife. However, for the most part, people would stand and fire their gun in the air, purposefully miss their opponent, making the duel more about a test of courage when one's honor was at stake or their reputation was threatened. Oh, that's
'Cause
interesting.
if you back down, then you're a giant pussy.
But you don't shoot at each other. Like, you make a deal.
Like barely
I'm not
miss
going to
or-
shoot you.
Maybe that's what you were hoping.
But yeah, well, that's a fucking,
That's quite a risk to take.
that's a big risk.
Hope Joe doesn't shoot me in our duel.
Yeah, I insulted Rachel. What does it say there again? Scroll up. It says, not every time Jackson lost his cool with a gun in his hand is documented, but here are 4 that helped give him his reputation as a rage-filled lunatic, and a few that left his body rattling like a bag of marbles. Oh, so he had that was the thing. If you got shot back then, the velocity of those little muskets, that is not like getting shot today. I don't think those things are going that
You're
fast.
probably less likely to die.
You might be able to catch one.
And this is the guy they selected as president. So things have always been crazy, apparently.
Yeah. But that's a
daughter.
wild dude.
With his pistols.
But back then, I feel like gunfights are probably pretty normal, you know?
Yeah, someone insults you, go shoot it out.
And maybe they will become again.
So when did it stop?
When they stop, yeah. Probably like the 1900s or early 1900s, maybe World War I brought everybody together. But if you think of the United States and you go to the 1800s, what do you think of? You think of Wild West, think of gunfights. If you think of New York City, you think of gangs in New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the one I remember reading about this. He had gotten shot close to his heart and still had the wherewithal to
Within a few seconds, Dickinson fired, putting the first bullet into Jackson's chest next to his heart. Jackson put his hand over the wound to staunch the flow of blood. Despite smoke and dust billowing from Jackson's coat and his hand touching his chest, Jackson remained standing, puzzling Dickinson. My God, have I missed him? The duel's protocol stated that Dickinson to remain in place while Jackson aimed to take his shot. Jackson fired, but the flint hammer stopped half-cocked, not counting as a legitimate shot. Jackson aimed again, ever so carefully, and fired a second time. This time, the shot was good, and the bullet hit Dickinson in the chest, and he dropped to the ground. Reflecting on the duel, the doctor remarked to Jackson, I don't see how you stayed on your feet after that wound. To which Jackson responded, I would have stood up long enough to kill him if he had put a bullet in my brain. Whoa.
Yeah, and he didn't
It's a
get
hardcore
arrested.
man.
Mhm.
That's a president right there.
Yeah, right. Things sure have changed.
He died later that night. Jackson was not prosecuted for murder, and Dickinson would be the only man he ever killed in a duel, something that did not prevent him from becoming president in 1829. Wow.
People might not have believed the story either, too, you know? How that
Right.
story would not, maybe it not got around.
Right, there's no video.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. You got to be accountable to duels today.
I already killed someone.
Right. He had more than 100 duels.
100 kills.
Yeah, 100 duels. Like, he might be an asshole.
Right.
Like, how many people is he arguing with to the point where they're pulling guns out?
That's a lot, 100. I
Right?
think maybe like 2 or 3. Maybe it's them. If it's 100, it's probably you.
But he...
If he's famous, he probably was getting challenged a lot, too, you know? People
Right.
drunk at a bar. There's
Hey.
that Andrew Jackson.
Yeah,
I
with
fucking-
shitty booze, too. Probably, imagine how
Moonshine.
bad their whiskey tasted. Oh.
Yeah, like, look, there's just a group of guys, and they're like, fuck, I'll fucking fight
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, they're
I'll
probably
fucking
so
take 'em.
bored they'll
Fuck
fight
you.
anybody back then.
No TV, no internet.
Oh, and everybody smelled. No soap.
Oh.
Right? Everybody stunk.
Yeah,
Everybody
must've been so
their
gross.
teeth were rotting out of their fucking heads. Oh my God. You imagine living back then? Everybody must have stunk.
Yeah, well, things were so bad. People would be like, "Hey, let's just try like trucking across to the other part of the country. We have no idea in a wagon. We might get killed by Indians, bears."
Yeah, they would fly, or rather sail in from across the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't
Not even
know
knowing
what they
what's
were
out there.
gonna
Yeah,
see. No idea.
Probably gonna die, but better than staying here.